John Bird died peacefully on Christmas Eve aged 86, his representatives have confirmed. The actor and comedian was best known for his work with John Fortune and Rory Bremner in the Channel 4 satirical series Bremner, Bird, and Fortune, performing witty sketches that mocked politicians and public figures. His death comes almost 9 years to the day since his comedy partner John Fortune passed away. Bird's co-star Rory lead tributes as he praised one of our great satirists. He tweeted, "Deeply saddened to hear that the great John Bird has left us. One of the most modest of men and most brilliant of satirists. And one of the last surviving pillars of the anti-establishment." He added, "It's an irony that one of our greatest satirists, so brilliant at portraying ministers, civil servants or high-ranking officials who exuded self-satisfaction, was himself so modest and self-effacing." John Bird was, to the end, never pleased with himself, always feeling he should have done better, been less lazy, had a late period like Brahms, where everything was spare and abstract. The reality was that he and his friend and collaborator John Fortune, together with Peter Cook, were pillars of the anti-establishment. A statement announcing Bird's death said he died peacefully at Bendian Care Home and that a family funeral will be followed by a celebration of his life in the new year. Bremner said it was striking Bird had died on Christmas Eve 9 years, almost to the day after Fortune, who died aged 74 on New Year's Eve in 2013. "Lord knows, satire has missed them this last decade and now that loss is permanent," he added. "John may not have felt he got his life right, but by God he got it written." Bird rose to fame performing satire in the 1960s and appeared in programs such as That Was the Week That Was. Bird and Fortune became household names with their The Long John's comedy skits, in which the double act played bumbling politicians, military figures and businessmen. They were nominated for 4 BAFTAs and won the TV Award for their performance in 1997. Bird, Bremner and Fortune also collaborated in BBC shows Now Something Else and The Rory Bremner Show and Channel 4 series Rory Bremner, Who Else? Bird made appearances in fantasy comedy film Jabberwocky, comedy shows Yes, Prime Minister, A Very Peculiar Practice, Chambers and One Foot in the Grave and detective shows Jonathan Creek, Inspector Morse, and Midsummer Murders. Bremner added that seeing Bird and Fortune work was the highlight of his life and he would marvel at the genius of it all. He added that Bird could be shy and nervous before the cameras started rolling, but once he had to perform he would be shamelessly playful. In 2007, Bird and Fortune revived their show in a special called The Last Laugh, which was broadcast on ITV's The South Bank Show. Bremner added that watching the sketch with the comedians, playing an investment banker and an interviewer, was a way to understand the madness behind the 2008 financial crash, as it ridicules the city culture that led to the crash with astonishing perspicacity. They realized that true satire lay not in ad hominem attacks on politicians but in exposing the cant behind the discipline of the market and the culture of privatization, where chief executives were rewarded for success and equally compensated for failure, he added. Comedy fans rushed to Twitter to share their sadness, as one wrote, "John Bird had an immense talent to look deadly serious while saying some of the most bizarrely funny things. R.I.P. Another added, "A fine comedian and actor." He has now joined his comedy partner in the Great Sketch Show in the Sky. R.I.P. A third wrote, "Oh, that is sad, he really was brilliant." Bird, born in Nottingham, went to a grammar school before going to Cambridge and meeting his comedy partner Fortune. While there, he also directed comedian Peter Cook and actress Eleanor Braun in the 1959 Cambridge Footlights Revue, an annual show by the University Comedy Club which has seen David Mitchell, Richard Ayoade and Eric Idle among its members. Bird then joined the Royal Court Theatre as an assistant director, hosted the first episode of Beyond the Fringe, directed Austrian-American singer Lotte Lenya in a Brecht Revue and opened nightclub The Establishment Club with Cook in London and New York. He is survived by his wife Libby, a concert pianist, along with his stepsons Dan and Josh.